Welcome to part 2, which will feature the metal alloy of the hydrant. So this guy here, this metal. So this should be fairly quick to set up, but we see how it goes. So let's go back to the Explorer and create a new graph. So right click on here, new substance graph, and call this guy just simple alloy. And save all, this guy here. And let's just copy some nodes from the paint and reduce the parent size to be very small because we don't need the high-res stuff anymore. We just need fast feedback, so this is what we will do. So saving, and I want to copy the geoframe. Copy, go to the alloy, and paste this guy in. Takes a while to generate thumbnails. I stole the output, so let's bring those guys back over again like this. What you can also do, you can actually suspend the engine, which means it will not process thumbnails or any calculations. So you could quickly go back and forth between graphs. You can copy nodes or graphs and just do whatever you need to do and then bring it back together. So let's go back to the alloy, go to the library, create this base material, which should be in here. And let's move these guys over, press 3, connect them to the outputs like this, and then you go back to, if I can find it again, where was that? Utilities, I guess, mesh data combiner, and let's hook those nodes up as well, or let's just be lazy and copy the other one. Back to paint, copy this guy, go back to the alloy, paste. Well, I could have just copied the whole thing. Anyways, let's just connect these quickly like so. That's position, that's world. Oh no, that is world, and that's the ID, right? So this is what we need to set up. Save all, and then you can actually start the engine again, and it will compute all these things. And you can right click in here and say view outputs in 3D view, and that's how it works. So the first thing, let's just create this alloy. What you can do is choose a metal preset to go to iron maybe. Might be too shiny, so you can change the colors as well to custom and then do something here. Or what you can do, which I actually did, which saved a bit of time, is go to PBR metals. Right, so let's find a nice metal shader. So I think I was going for this metal guy. I was just searching for metals, and let's just use this metal 3 and just use this guy as my metal shader. So I like to keep it organized. So we can either now connect this directly to the base material, but then we don't have the option, I guess, to have custom inputs. Do we? No, I don't think we have. But I think we don't really need that. So let's just connect them up and see what we get. So 3 and drag them over and connect them. So did that connect now? Let's just view outputs in 3D. I did not really see a big change happening here. Oh yeah, no, totally. Something changed. Okay, so we've got this metal, and now let's just control these settings a bit. Well, let's just, what else do we have? Metal in here. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So we've got age, we've got metal color. Let's go with a darker color. And we want something which is like this color and which has like a nice frequency. So let's increase the parent size to, let's say, 1K for now, so we get a more detailed texture maps. And it's computing. There we go. And now we have, looks actually pretty good already. So you can see this nice detail everywhere. So let's see what we can do in this material itself. So we have age. Let's see what age does. I think it just adds more scratches and used look. So that's nice. Let's increase that a bit. That's pretty sweet. What else do we have? Metal color. We've got roughness. So shiny metal, rough, dull metal. and we want to have something in between. So I guess, can we connect something here? I don't think so. Maybe there's an option to have default inputs for this. Let's see if we can do that. Roughness is true, so there's no input for this guy. So we just need to live with what we get. But what we can do, we can add more detail after this guy. So that's something which what we can do as well. So, well, we have actually some nice roughness. Anyways, let's see what else there is. AO spreading, what does that do? That's just the height, I guess. Height based on distance or something. So let's see, that's luminosity. That's just the brightness of the metal. Contrast. Okay, we don't want very contrasty metal. It should be mostly one color. Let's see what 2K looks like. Taking a while to compute. And what else do we need to do with this metal? So we can add like this high frequency bump map to this. And I think we need to make it a bit brighter still. So this is now the 2K. You can see these nice scratches. It looks very cool actually. And this is just with the preset, right? So how does the normal look like? I think that's pretty boring. So we need to add more detail to the bump map, to the normal map. So let's use the roughness actually to create a normal map. So let's create this normal and then the Sobel guy. And let's actually combine two maps. So there's like a normal combine as well. So we use a default input which we get from the shader. The default output normal goes into normal 1, and then normal 2 is the new one, and this guy goes to the to the normal, and then we take the roughness and connect this to the Sobel. So you can see we get these nice scratches now, and it's actually really dented in the metal, which is really nice. And we can change the quality to, I'm not sure exactly what they do, I just read high quality and I went for that. So we actually have now some pretty cool scratches on the metal, which is very nice. And I think this is just too strong, the roughness normal. So let's just bring those down a bit. There we go. And we can make it a bit more shiny. So let's do that as well in the roughness right here. Go down and just make it a bit more shiny. So we see some nicer highlights. I think that's cool. Might be too much, but anyways, let's go for that. And let's just reduce the contrast a bit more. I think that's pretty sweet. Okay, and now one more thing is add this high frequency noise, like this this little bump map here and here. So to do that, let's go to noises and find a fractal sum, and there's so many. I actually don't know. There's really so many to choose from. Maybe that's not the best. What does this look like? This looks nice with like smaller and bigger frequency. Let's just use this, another combine, so we can actually duplicate this whole thing. Select both, Control D, and reconnect these. So this one goes to the fractal, and the output from here goes to this guy, and this guy goes to this guy. Okay, so now we can see what happened. That's pretty sweet. So we have high frequency and we have it combined with the scratches and everything. See how that works? So let's just reduce the amount. Just very subtle. And for that to properly see how it looks like, let's use iRay. Okay, and just let it compute for a while, and you can see what we get here. And if you think that the scale is not good enough, you can actually add a transform node. So let's do that, TRS, and then you can actually halve it by 2, and it doubles the resolution of this map, which gives us just more detail. So this is the original one, and this is the scaled down version. So we have a finer detail, which is pretty cool. And I guess this would it be already for the alloy. So that is pretty simple. We did not use the geometry stuff, but what we can do, we can still add some I don't know, what can we add? We can break up the roughness a bit. We still need to make it brighter. As you can see, this is very dark compared to the reference. So let's change the base color a bit more. Oh, we actually have the normal here as well. Let's see what we can do here. I was just increasing the normal intensity in the shader directly. But I don't like this normal map as much because it's so low res. And we are already on 2K, but anyways, let's go down to the metal color and just bring it up in value so we have a more brighter metal. And maybe we need to go a bit more rough, maybe just a tiny bit more rough. Is that better? I think we need to deset as well. Oh, it's just gray anyway, so that does not matter. So let's just go a bit rougher on this guy. Bit more. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with this guy now. Yeah, I think that's cool. We can add some dust. Let's just add some dirt, just to make it a bit more interesting. So this would be a normal frame. Normal, and then we want to have a dirt, right? So what do we have? Metal. Let's just go to, oh, we can actually do scratched, like bump metal. That's what we should do as well. So let's go to mask generators and let's just use, which one is a cool one? Which one did I use? Damaged edges. Let's just try how this guy looks. I'll move them over. This one goes here maybe. And create another frame. Call this one mask. Okay, put this guy here. 3, drag them, connect them, and change to OpenGL. Save all. And this is now my edge breakup. You can see what we get here, which is very interesting. So now what we can do, we can control the roughness. So we want to have it more shiny where the scratches happened, right? So we need to break this guy up. So this is the base shader. So we want to control the blend map. So let's use a blend and use the roughness, which is the background, and then this guy connects to the mask, and then this one goes to the roughness. So in between, I just connected a blend, and now I need to control the blend. So I want to just use levels and just use the same roughness map and as a foreground and just make it darker, like so. And now we should actually get more shiny roughness maps. Let's see what we get here. So you can see we got darker ridges, which means we have more shiny scratches and dents or whatever. I think that's interesting. What else can we do? We can add a general dirt for the diffuse or the metal just to add more breakup, which goes into occlusion. So let's use a what is grease? That's interesting as well. Let's try grease. So this is how I work. I just see things. Oh, this works with actually with thickness, which we did not have. Thickness is a ray traced geometry mask which checks thickness of objects. So we can't use grease, unfortunately. Paintware, metal edgeware. That's interesting as well. Let's save and connect this thing. What do we get here? Oh, this looks very interesting. So let's use this instead for the roughness, because I think we also have the scratches. Where's the scratch? Here are scratches. Yeah, it kind of does the same thing. So let's use this instead as my mask. Ooh, that's interesting, right? This looks pretty nice. So this gives way more detail, especially on these edges here. That's very cool. It might be too much, so let's just bring down the roughness a bit. So the levels need to go up again, so we have a bit rougher edges. That's very neat. So let's just show you the difference from from the roughness to here. I think that's what happened. Let's just These are connected, driven, and let's connect this guy up. Yeah, we get more detail on the edges, definitely. And let's use one more, just a default dirt. This will go for the base color. So let's connect the mesh info and let's hook up the diffuse. So this one was roughness. So these guys get framed and roughness like so. And then obviously just make it a bit nicer and create another frame. And this one will be diffuse. Oh, base color actually, base color. And we strip out the dirt. Let's create a blend, and the blend will get the base color from our metal shader as a background, and this guy goes back to the base color on the top. And then we connect the dirt mask to the opacity, and we create I don't know, let's just use a brownish color for dust or grease, and this is what the effect looks like. Already pretty interesting. So let's just control it a bit. So we don't want it as strong this time. So let's just see, increase the contrast, reduce the levels, and we should just get a little bit of edge dirt like so, and in the ridges. This is a bit strong, but anyways, we will break this up later anyways. Edge masking a bit stronger, which gives stronger edges. What is grunge scale? Is it getting higher frequency now or lower? I think the lower, yeah, the smaller gives higher frequency. Okay, interesting. So we got the nice edge. Let's just increase the levels a tiny bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's head over to the iRay, to the ray tracer. See what we get. I think that looks pretty cool as a metal base. Obviously, we can go back and control everything later on, but for the base, I think this is looking pretty nice with all those dents and scratches. So let's head over to OpenGL again. And let's just see how it works in a different environment. I'm pretty sure I was using this one before. Yeah. So this makes it already a bit more dull because there is no direct sun. But it works pretty cool as well in this environment. We can make it, let's just leave it. Okay, so the next part will be to create the brass, which is in the top here. So we will be creating, this is also like metal edge where you can see those dents and hits and whatever, people kicking this hydrant or something. So let's create this in the next part.